Stop! Police!
Oh, shit.
We have Holt 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here!
Hey, what's up? This is Community Service with Craig Conant. That's me.
What's up? Today, we got my guest, Fifi Dosch, baby.
Hi.
And, yeah, we're just sad. You know why we're sad. There's a goddamn fucking war out there. Holy shit balls, man. And then maybe we won't dive right into that. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, let's talk about me, I guess. I'm transitioning during this whole thing. That's, started doing that, like, literally the day the stay-at-home order came down, and now we have civil war. It's just, you know, I realized I was a woman the day Kobe Bryant died. It's been quite a year, is all I'm saying. Eventful.
Sorry to laugh, but that's funny stuff, dude.
Yeah, that was a hilarious day, too, because literally, like, I'm just out there like, oh, I'm a woman, this is the answer. But, like, the city of Los Angeles is more sad than I've ever seen it. I'm just walking around like, what's my wedding dress going to look like?
Yeah. You're like, I'm transitioning to a woman. Like, out of the way, Kobe died.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
fucking weird as shit. Oh, my God. Also, too, I love that. I remember talking to you in the hallway at the Comedy Store, and you said you're changing your name to Fifi.
Yeah.
And I explained to you what a Fifi was.
You got so excited, too. Like, I believe you were like... If I remember, I think I was talking to someone else and you were maybe like a foot away, and then I said I'm changing my name to Fifi, and then you perked up like an excited dog whose dad just came home, and you're like,
you know what Fifi means? You're like, no.
Like,
I was like, well, let me tell you.
Explain to the people.
It's a homemade pocket pussy, popular in prison.
It sure was. And then that was a moment where I was on the fence about my name for a while. All that went out the window right then. So thank you, Craig.
It's so funny that you double down. You're like, fuck yeah. That's perfect.
That's what it is. I'm not going to be one of those trans people that's like, hi, I'm Alex. Or, you know, Chris. Or some, neutral bullshit. We're diving all in. Pocket pussy name.
Pocket pussy. Prison shit, baby. Yeah. I've explained what a Fifi was before, but if you didn't listen to that episode, it is a condom or a rubber glove put in the middle of a washcloth, and then you roll the washcloth like a cinnamon roll, so the condom is in the middle of the cinnamon roll. Then you fill it with lube, lotion, shaving cream, whatever you got. Mm-hmm. Tears of Los Angeles City.
Sure.
No. And then you put a sock over or rubber bands to keep it from unraveling. And then you put it in between a bed or a couch, and then you fuck it.
I feel like this is your gift to the arrested protesters. Like 1,200 people unlawfully detained for protesting against the LAPD. Listen up, you got a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Have a cinnamon roll in your pocket when you go out to the protests. You don't know what you're going to have inside.
Make sure you bring 2 rubber bands, some lubricant. Oh, fuck this fucking world. Have you been to any of the protests yet?
I was at Fairfax yesterday during the cleanup, just like trying to like hand out waters and sunscreen and, sanitizer and that kind of thing. That's where I was at. Because I went on Saturday, I saw this thing on Instagram that was like, there's a protest in Hollywood and then one down in Beverly, and I live in Hollywood, so I'm like, I'm going to go to the Hollywood one. It's right down the street. And I went there, and there was like nothing happened, so I thought like I got... Like, it was like a disinformation thing. Is that what they did?
I don't... There's so much weird shit going on. I can't even... I gotta stop going on the internet.
Yeah.
I just get so sad. I posted something to Facebook, and boy, I forgot how racist Facebook was. Oh, my God. Instagram, a little bit. Facebook, full on, man. Oh, my God. I deleted the post because I hate doing that, but it made me sad, and also I felt like threatened, and I don't know how to like make. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make. I need to make
LAPD. This is hurting the podcasters.
They're coming.
We're the one remaining industry you can't loot.
They arrested my cat.
No,
the cat.
No one's stealing our microphones.
I hate bowing down and like giving into the fear, but like I need to make my like profile, like fan page fine, but like my family stuff, I need to make that private. because it's just there's too many psychopaths, man. It's so fucking shitty.
Where are you from originally?
L.A.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's it's weird because I'm from South Dakota, which there aren't big cities in South Dakota. Like, I'm from a big place for South Dakota, and it's 25,000 people. And, everyone I knew from that town is 12 trillion % this is not okay. And that made me happy to see because, demographically, I guess prejudicially speaking, you'd think, hey, I would know at least a few people I grew up with who are, anti this, but 0 people are. So that made me feel good.
It's so nuts, dude. It's so nuts. And I talked about it last podcast. It's like every Black Lives Matter post I post, I lose 100 followers, which is fine. Fuck them. I don't want them. But let's just that's just an easy example of yo, this shit is real. Why would you unfollow a comedian you like?
Yeah.
Just because he's fighting the good fight, It's
also, if you're one of those people who's hey, I don't want to hear about this, just be funny. You can't ignore one post for some guy who makes you laugh normally.
Yeah, you can't ignore one post, and also, you can't ignore this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, I would love just to go back to silly fart jokes.
Yeah.
But the city's on fire, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I can't ignore this.
It's time for serious fart jokes, I say. Fart on the police. That's what I say.
I have before all this. I swear to God.
I totally believe this.
It sounds made up, but I got witnesses. I was getting raided in Culver City, and I was cuffed in the alley, and I got real nervous, and they were questioning me, and I just farted. It was early, and I just had it, and and then my my buddy Leo, he gave me all these dope rocks and shit, and he was there. He just looked at me "Are you kidding me?" I was like, I'm sorry, guys.
It's a tense situation.
Anyways, oh my God, yeah, it's just so nuts, and it's just it's what is so insane to me. It's always white people arguing how do you know cops persecute black people? And I'm like, you're white.
Yeah. Right?
Would you think they want to riot and burn the city? You think this just happens out of nowhere one day? They're like, let's burn some shit. No, it's fucking years of abuse of power.
Yeah.
And it bottles up and it explodes. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
They're like, no, that cops don't, because you're white, you stupid motherfucker.
I dated a cop for a while when I was living as a man, and he wasn't a cop when I was dating him. He was an ex-cop. He was a flight attendant at the time. And he said, yeah, I did that job for 8 years because I didn't think I could do it any longer and still keep my heart.
Yeah.
He kind of said, you can be a good cop for about, in his opinion, you can be a good cop for that long and really care about people. But other than that, you're just when's my pension? It's just,
yeah.
In his opinion, it was too much to ask of people.
Yeah, and also too, there's just such, you get, I say, support Black Lives Matter, and they're like, you're saying fuck the cops, kill the, no, there's good cops too, you stupid motherfuckers. I never said that. And then
not today, anyway.
Not right now.
Yeah, you did fart on one. That's a clear escalation.
Fuck that guy. He's a little pink eye. Huh? Yeah. How's it? Fuck your pepper spray. Yeah, it's just everything. You say one statement, and then they're just oh, you support the killing of cops? No.
Yeah.
No, how about you just arrest and prosecute the guys doing shady shit? Is that too much to ask for?
I think everyone needs
These
to
cops are harassing me right now. You hear? No, that's the trash man.
They're harassing our audio levels, that's for sure.
Dude.
What color is that mixer?
It is black.
Yeah, well.
You were the fucking king of roasting.
Oh, thanks.
I remember many times in the hallway, you're just
yeah.
I try to join in. I'm just he's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I used to do a lot of kind of roast comedy, but I just got to a point where I'm I feel creatively exhausted by it, and also I kind of felt it brought out the worst in me.
Yeah, I never did that. Brian Moses is my neighbor too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be weird. That doesn't feel like you.
No, it's not. It's not. I just was I don't want to be mean to anybody.
Yeah.
And then I probably would just get mad and fight you in the fucking parking lot. You make fun of my mama?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like kind of, I feel like there's like a catharsis in like kind of the nastiest comedy. Like I still, like when I'm in a certain type of mood, I'll still listen to Eminem, like go off about stuff. And I do feel it kind of has a projection effect, but I'm just like, I don't want to do this forever. Like,
what's a projection effect?
I don't know. I just feel like I got some gunk out of me. Like
Gotcha.
I looked at gunk
Gotcha.
inside me, and I'm like, now I'm looking at this, and now it's out.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. There's just times where you write. For me, I listen to Metallica, Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
You know, some System of a Down. Just scream in my car, have a good cry, and I'm like, ooh, I feel good now.
Yeah, it's probably what James Hetfield really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Instead, he wrote the Black Album.
Yeah, man. Metallica just went downhill. I love them still. But they just, if you follow their albums, they just...
Also, wasn't there this, I saw this thing online, it was really James Hetfield walking out of like a Louis Vuitton with like 2 giant Louis Vuitton shopping bags. I'm like, dude, don't.
No.
Come on,
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, no, Google it.
You're supposed to drink snake oil, man.
Yeah.
You fucking poser. No, it's
I
so
understand
fun.
we're all rich now, but you don't see Slayer doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slayer, too. I listen to some Slayer, but that one's a little too hateful. We were like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Now, that's some riot music, I tell you what.
Yeah.
You just play that on a peaceful day and something might burn down.
Yeah, exactly. Your
Yeah.
amp for one.
Yeah. What else, dude?
Yeah, it's just, it's weird. Like, it just, like I can't ever do a set on stage, like when we could go on stage, like when something like this is going on without talking about it. I feel like I'm just like duping people,
Yeah, like I thought about that too. If the comedy clubs were open, it's like, how would I even do comedy? Like, I don't know how to not address this.
Yeah.
Funny thing about the city on fire is Trader Joe's. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
It's where that pile of ash used to be.
Oh man, like how?
By the way, I believe there's a darkness going on at Trader Joe's. I'm sure of it. Like there's something shady about that whole grocery store. If they had like eyes wide shut parties there,
Everybody is
morning.
fucking everybody.
Oh, I'm sure.
It took me like 6 years in to be like, I'm gonna stop fucking coworkers.
They're all wearing Hawaiian shirts. Maybe they're all boogaloo people.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to bring about the Civil War at Trader Joe's.
Bastards.
Yeah.
They started.
I'm asking the tough questions.
Fucking Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
When I was on, I posted the video, I'm sure, but I was at the Fairfax. What is that? 3rd and Fairfax, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and that Trader Joe's. At that time, when I filmed it, it wasn't on fire. There was a cop car on fire, and I said, "Oh shit, Trader Joe's," because it was right there, like there next. And then, like maybe an hour later, it was next. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!"
Yeah, I saw
I was
that.
just joking around,
Do you believe that cop car was a plant, the one that started on fire?
dude. There's some weird shit, man.
Yeah.
You can't. It was everything. I'm not a police officer. I said this last podcast. I don't know tactics, but like strategically, everything they were doing, I was like, this doesn't feel safe for y'all.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going about it this way? Why are you planting a row or parking a row of cop cars and then moving away from the cop cars and then leaving them in the middle of a mob? Like, what do you think's
Yeah, what do
going
you
to
think's gonna
happen?
do?
To
Someone's gonna do something to it.
there's antagonizers for sure.
Yeah.
I said in the last podcast, like the Black Lives Matter organizers were peaceful.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, don't throw shit. They were creating space in between police and the crowd.
Yeah.
And there's fucking instigators. And it's just everything gets so... It's just mucky, muddy ass fucking water where you can't differentiate shit. And then the news blasts one shit, and then it, like, the one side just sees that. Oh, look, black dude got some Nikes. There's also a white guy with a surfboard next to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. And also too, Joe Prano tweeted, he's like, it takes 3 minutes to watch the news to see that the peaceful protesters and the looters are different fucking parties, dude.
Absolutely.
The protesters are on foot. The looters are driving into buildings, loading up. It's like it's organized crime, pretty much. It's just like there's criminals in this world, and they're just like, oh, perfect opportunity to go get thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
Yeah, and also like even if you can divide it into factions, these factions are still made up of thousands of individuals. Like they're not,
Yeah.
you know, they don't have like a purity of union of thought or whatever. Like
It's just all nuts, and
Yeah.
there's. It's just literally being in the middle of it. You saw all of it, and then you see all the videos on the internet. It's like, yes, there's bad protesters, there's bad looters, there's bad cops, but there's also good cops marching with motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There's also people creating space, saving police, like that barricade.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like you can't. It's just, I don't even know. I have no idea. I don't. It's just, it's all of it is all I can say. There's literally every fucking possible. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Well, and you know something I think of too. Like people are like, does burning down things or looting things or smashing things, does that change anything? Or like, what about the poor store owners who have nothing to do with this? But it's like, you know, one, we can't just expect people to just keep accepting this over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, and like, look, if you have a store in LA, like, and it gets toppled by an earthquake, it's kind of cost of doing business, right?
Yeah.
Look, this is easy for me to say because I don't have a store or anything. But, like, I don't know, maybe if you do business in, like, a society that's inherently unfair towards a lot of people all the time, maybe that's cost of doing business, too. Maybe it's, like, a natural disaster.
It's like, you know, I mean, we, as comedians, we are mom and pop shops just without a physical building, you know? So, yeah, of course it breaks my heart, and it's gross and all that shit. But it's like, I understand it. It's just like, people are like, why are they burning and looting? Because it does cause change. When Martin Luther King was assassinated, they rioted in 110 cities, and then the Civil Rights Act was passed.
Yeah.
So it did bring about change. That's why. Because they don't listen to a guy kneeling down at a football game.
No.
They don't listen to shit. They don't even listen to riots.
Also, like, I think that I think people get riots or protests should be peaceful versus protests should be nonviolent. Like, you don't have to be, quote, peaceful and to not be nonviolent. Like, a nonviolent protest can be extremely not peaceful and aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, nonviolent does not mean benign and ineffective, you know?
Yeah, it's just.
I learned this from all my revolutionary days growing up in South Dakota.
It's all fucked, man.
Yeah.
It's all fucked.
Yeah, it's sad.
And then you just see horrible shit on Twitter, just like the police brutality shit continuing. They just shooting people in the head with rubber bullets and tear gas, but it's like, you can aim lower, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot them in the face.
No.
I understand you're angry, but a dick shot is pretty fucking effective too.
Yeah.
Pussy shot. Yeah, it's all fucking.
If you shoot a woman in a pussy with a rubber bullet, it just like she just sucks it up. Like remember when the bad guy in The Mask got shot? Just sucks it up and spits it back out of people.
Comes right back at that guy. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Yeah, it's just real.
Go ahead, shoot it at this pussy.
Yeah, it's just
shoot
terrible.
it at this pussy.
Also, can I tell you a quick story about like I 100% believe those things are happening, but I really, like you mentioned, like getting off the internet altogether, like it's like factual things go through it, but I find it like as such and what do I want to say, like a not factual lens to look at the world. Because, okay, do you remember about it like a year and a half ago when they were having those protests outside the Venezuelan embassy in D.C.? Do you remember this at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was when they were like going to oust Maduro, and they were supporting, like the U.S. was formally supporting Juan Guaido, and I was out there doing a gig, right? And get done with the gig, I get on Twitter, a really respected journalist tweeted a little 20-second video saying, I'm here outside the Venezuelan embassy, you know, right-wing paramilitary people or fascist sympathizers are attacked. Because, like, leftist young people had occupied the Venezuelan embassy to protest this. Now, by the way, I think it's a little fucked up to occupy foreign soil to protest America occupying foreign soil, but that's a whole other thing.
That just mind fucked me right
yeah,
there. But
exactly.
I did understand it. I was like, oh yeah.
But they were saying the cops are protecting the, right-wing jackbooted people fucking with the left-wing protesters, and they're protecting them. This is horrible. And I'm like, okay, I'm a mile and a half away from the embassy. I'm going to walk down there and see. When I got there, what was happening, there was a bunch of, 20-somethings inside the Venezuelan embassy, Americans inside Venezuelan soil, some Venezuelan expats. I don't know how right-wing they are. They definitely hated Maduro enough to leave. They were really mad at them because they're like, you're on our soil. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, get the fuck out. And they were really, really noticeably... Like, some of the people were, like, shining flashlights in their face, which is, like, aggressive, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then, like, when they would get close or things would get heated, everyone would put their hands up because, like, we're not going to fight or punch anybody. We're not turning that into that. And the cops were there like they are at every single protest. Now, I wasn't there all day. I don't know what was happening before I got there or after I leave, but I literally saw this tweet 20 minutes before. Cops are protecting these right-wing paramilitary people. I went down... saw with my eyes that was not happening.
Yeah, no.
So,
that happens all the time.
Yeah.
That happens just in the news coverage of this. It's like they just show what you said. They're not talking to the protesters. They're talking to the police, which is fine. Talk to the police, but talk to the protesters too. Talk to the looters. They're probably going to run away.
Or like today, the LAPD chief, Michael Moore, I think his name is, he said something like, there's a little 30-second clip, again, 30 fucking seconds, of him saying something like, the people who are violent in this protest, their, they're as much responsible for George Floyd's death as anyone. And I'm like, that's a fucked up thing to say, but you know what? Like, I would really love to know the 30 seconds before what he said that. That feels really important. Like, yeah. I am 100% willing to believe this guy's a scumbag if that's what he is. But, like, if we're going to nail him to the wall... like more than 20 seconds is relevant.
Everything is just a micro bite, a little baby clip, and it's like, well, what, it's that speech was 45 minutes long. You gave us 20 seconds,
right?
Yeah, just you with editing and just little clips, you could make any side look bad.
Yeah,
it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
I was just like, maybe let's try not to talk about it today, but it's literally impossible. It is impossible. Yeah. I ran into Jack Knight at the protest in the funniest fucking way too. I just bought an ice cream, a Ninja Turtle off the ice cream man, and I was like, I'm gonna take a little break because it was hot, and then I was eating it at a bus
that's
stop.
one thing I've noticed about LA. Whether it's a riot or a quarantine, the ice cream trucks are not stopping. They're like the goddamn post office in the 40s. They're out there delivering SpongeBob fudgesicles.
Dude, I swear to God, I should have filmed it. It was just so funny. I was driving home late, and it was curfew at 6 or 5 even. They kept like up in the ante. And all the taco trucks were just open. This was like at 11 p.m. People were just buying tacos. I'm like, it was just funny. It's just funny. It's like, did you not get the notice?
People gotta eat.
I was like, fuck, maybe we'll get a taco.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But I got ice cream, and this is so funny too, because the fucking ice cream broke off. Jack didn't see this part, but just strangers did. The ice cream broke off the stick and it dropped, and I'm pretty quick. I played baseball, dodgeball, and I went quick, and I caught that shit with my bare hand, and then but everyone's protested. A lot of people walking by there, and I got a couple of, hey, nice catch, oh, good save, and I was like, yeah.
How great would it be if there was a photo of like a burning cop car, and your ice cream just fell off this stick? You're just looking like Charlie Brown in the background.
And now I'm eating it with my hand.
Two tragedies.
Yeah. I'm just eating with my fucking hand, and my mask is down. I had a bandana, face cover to be safe. And then, but I had to eat my ice cream. You can't eat it with the bandana. And then that's when Jack walks out. I have ice cream melting in my hand. I'm eating it. He's like, Greg, Hey, what's up? And he's like, you should have your mask on. I was like, I'm eating ice cream. Like, I can't eat, And then, we went into the mob and, of course, lost each other in 4 seconds. It was just so crazy because you were at the protest with 50 friends unintentionally. Mm-hmm. You just watched their Insta stories and you're like, hey, I was next to you, but how did I not see you? Oh, because the cop car was blowing up.
Right.
Literally running, the cops shot tear gas at the crowd, which seemed not necessary at that time because we were just standing at a good distance, like 40 feet, not coming at them. They shot tear gas, and as I was running away, I ran into my buddy Ryan Ginnity, and I was like, Bubba? And we were both running from tear gas, and was just like, it's so fucking strange times, dude.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's a big, since like I started living as a woman and going through that whole thing, it's been like really necessary to like see the positive in life and feel like life is a good place. And because the whole reason I didn't live like this way is because I was so scared and I thought life was so negative and terrible, and why bother ever being seen, because it's just like there's always some train coming down the tracks just coming to get me. I mean, this is narcissistic, I understand, but like,
no, I know, but it's just like, hey, society, can we just stop?
Yeah, it's just a huge challenge.
Fucking being brutal to anybody different. Is that so hard?
Sometimes I think like when things like this happen, it's hard for me to say that life is inherently good. But then I think, like, what, if Anne Frank can say, hey, I still think people are pretty great, like, while Nazis were killing her, maybe I'm just being a bitch,
Good point.
Like, bitch, you're still podcasting, like...
Yeah.
The
building next door may be on fire, but we'll get this episode out.
Yeah, exactly.
I watered down my walls. We should be all right.
Yeah, the fact that there's riot content... It says a lot, right?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. This is insane. I remember when I first met you, or I don't know if we actually even met, but we did the Laugh Factory open mic. It was, you were on my showcase. I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you.
Yeah.
And then I went with my buddy Tamer Katan. He's done the pod. And you got moved on, and I didn't. So fuck the Laugh Factory. No.
Hey, you know what? They haven't booked me since then. I moved on that far and no further, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I first saw you.
Yeah.
And then started seeing you around. Oh, fuck. What was that, 6 years ago? 7 years ago?
Yeah, I want to say like 2013.
Let's talk about positive stuff. You just got passed at the store. That's good.
2017 I did. That's been so wonderful. I love it there.
Wait, 2017?
Yep. I've been there for a while, yeah.
You got passed that long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck have I been? I thought it was like last year.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, same shit.
So it's been
flies.
me. I got passed with... God, I don't remember what...
Time fucking flies, because that felt like yesterday.
Yeah, I mean... Really does. God, that place is so awesome, though. I miss it so much.
Oh, my God, I know. But they put your name on the wall at a way later date, right?
Well, they do all the names on in July every year. So, like, they just, like, whenever you got passed, like, whatever names are on deck, they just do it that July.
Who'd you get passed with? Jeremiah Watkins?
No, he was before me, I think. Yeah. I want to say Jack was right before me.
Nicole Amy Schreiber? Did you get passed
No,
with
she
her?
was after me.
After you?
It might have been me and Jack.
Nice.
I think so.
Dope.
And then, like, and then Jeffrey Berner just got passed. Frank Castillo got passed right before him. Rachel Mack just got passed. God, I don't remember.
I love me some Jeffrey Berner. That's the one... Jeffrey Berner's the weirdest motherfucker I ever met, and I'm a weird motherfucker. That guy's crazy.
He is a savant, and he really, like, there aren't... there's only so many ways to be really, really, really original, but he, like...
He's doing some Andy Kaufman shit,
like
but in his own way, not contrived, organic,
Yeah, he's like what Andy Kaufman thought he was doing.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't do this like, hey, this sucked. It's supposed to. Aren't I avant-garde? Like no, he is like just completely fucking around with the conventions of everything, and it's hilarious every time.
It's amazing. And he'll eat a shit too. He'll eat a fucking pile of dookie.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so, and I just love it, man. Oh, he just leans in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic, man. I love it when him and Matt Lockwood sing that song together.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's good, dude.
Yeah. Matt Lockwood's funny too.
Oh, he's so funny.
You know who I'd like to see past
He's a
up there?
terrible guest on my podcast, but he's so funny.
I'm sure. That motherfucker looks like Strong Sad. Do you remember those cartoons?
Yeah, I call him Baby Huey, and he get mad at me. What were you saying? I cut you off.
You know who I'd like to see passed up there? Do you know George Perez?
Yeah, yeah.
God, I would love to see him on there.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
So fun. By the way, that's why I love comedy, because like look at George and look at me, and we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of the most like we would not be otherwise. I don't think. I mean,
George is just I believe he's Mexican, Latino, full, just not he just essay, just lowrider vibes.
some time.
Went to jail. He's just a real one, and then it's just funny because
he's so funny on Joey Diaz's podcast. He's just God, I love him.
Oh, Joey Diaz is my favorite. Dear fucking God.
Yeah. God, I hope he doesn't get coronavirus. He's not surviving that
He's
shit.
not, dude.
No.
He won't get it though. He's been fucking eating ass since the '60s, bro. He ain't gonna
Yeah, I
get
suppose.
it. '50s, no.
Sometimes you watch him
that
perform and you're like, God, is your heart gonna stop?
He scares me.
Yeah.
Josh Adam Myers had him on the goddamn Comedy Jam, and he said he sang. I don't even know what he sang, but it was like it might have been like "Killing in the Name of," or like a song like that, you know.
God.
And he said Joey went to jump, and he was like, "No, like don't." And he jumped like this much, and he thought he was gonna die from it. He's like, "Joey
Joey
get some
couldn't.
water on him. Put a
Joey couldn't sing "Imagine" on Instagram Live without me being worried for his health. Don't do "Killing in the Name of."
Oh man.
By the way, how funny is it that Rage Against the Machine is like going on tour now in their 50s? Like,
Yeah.
you got like, come on, guys, just. I love you, but come on.
Yeah. I saw them, maybe about 12 years ago, 14, at Coachella. And that was their reunion tour, because they had been dismantled for about 5-10 years. But they were still relatively young then. I don't know. But yeah, that shit was dope.
I remember I saw Tom Morello at the Comedy Store one time, and he was there with his, he was there with his wife and his baby in a stroller, and he just had on like cargo shorts with and I'm like, dude, you look like you're gonna write a strongly worded email to the machine.
Yeah.
This is I'm not enjoying seeing this.
No, it's crazy. The comic stores is shit. I remember seeing Rick Rubin there just chilling.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Rick Rubin. Oh my God. Get out of here.
Leonardo DiCaprio walk in sometimes.
Bieber. Fucking all.
Bieber was there?
Bieber has been speaking out against this Black Lives Matter. I love that shit.
You mean for Black Lives Matter? Or?
I mean, yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Bieber's racist.
That's an important detail, Craig.
No, I just love seeing people with massive followings speak up, because he can really change some shit, because, if his followers were leaning the other way, they will lean his way.
So with Taylor Swift too, like say what you will about her, but like she overturned a bunch of she literally tweeted once and one of their Republican congressmen just lost. With a single fucking flap of her angel wings.
Yeah.
She just changed everything. I'm a Taylor Swift apologist. I always have been and always will.
What are your thoughts on I just think comics, 'cause, we're comics, on our buddies staying silent amongst all this. I almost been like, I know they have good hearts, and they're it's not that hard to choose. Hey, just stop police brutality. I mean, literally, listen, it's brutality. It's it's not a hard thing to. I just think it's just so hard to stay silent. It's I'm a silly fucking fart guy. I'm a storyteller. But it's just you can't stay silent anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
It's just weird to me that you're posting videos of your kids or jokes, and it's like, have you been outside? You know, like, it's like, what?
Yeah, but if what we do is valuable, and I think it is.
Yeah.
Like, people do need to, like, decompress from this shit. Like, I definitely had to go home the other day. I'm like, I need to watch King of the Hill for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna lose my shit.
I had to put on some curb. I was like, I just need something to laugh at. Let's fucking laugh at Larry David's dumbass. God.
Also too, I recorded my own podcast last night, and at some point, and I was just watching videos of people, and there was a video of our chief of police saying, like, just looking really empathetic to Black Lives Matter, and I said on my own podcast, like, this guy seems like a sweetheart, and then literally today, he said that thing we talked about earlier.
You're like, can I edit my own
Yeah,
podcast?
exactly. So, like, when a ton of people listening to you, I think, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being guarded with your words, and also, like, I don't know, if something bad happens to trans people, like, I personally don't feel like every artist I like needs to make it very clear that they agree with me. I don't know that that's what I want out of them necessarily. So I'm not look, I don't know the answer, but I'm certainly not going to condemn anyone. I don't feel good enough to condemn anyone if they're not saying anything.
I'm not necessarily condemning them. It just makes me think like you're just like, hey man, you're a block away from this. Like, I know.
Yeah.
Just they're my buddies, and it's just yeah.
Also, there's this passage from the Bible that I think a lot about. It's in one of the Gospels where Jesus says something like, when you pray, like, don't do it out on the street corner where everyone can see you. Like, go to a quiet place alone in your room, and that's how you keep your connection with God. It was basically saying, like, don't make your morality this big demonstrative look at me kind of thing. So it's like, for all I know, these people are at these protests, or they're donating to things, that are helpful, and like, so I don't know that they're not doing that. I mean, a lot of people just post and they don't do shit. Maybe it's better to do shit and not post about it. So
that's true.
I don't know.
I agree with that.
I definitely don't agree with, like, hey, I tweeted about something good. I am now therefore on the registry of I'm a good person too. So I don't know how I feel about all that.
Yeah, it's a bit, that's another muddy water. It's like, are they just doing it for the gram? But then also too, like, if you're speaking up, you're losing your following. You're not necessarily, I mean, I don't want those people anyways.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not gaining anything.
Well, I mean,
necessarily. You're just speaking up against injustice.
Well, you said, like, you were, like, when you said you would lose followers for tweeting stuff like that, do you mean, like,
numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are they people who are, like, following you, like?
No, that's what I mean. Like, I'm fine with it, but, like, it's just some people might say, like, oh, he's, like, people are posting just to post.
Yeah. And
it's like, no, because it's unpopular amongst a lot of this country, so it's not. That's fine. I'm fucking fine with it. Good riddance.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not. You're not posting to gain numbers if you're posting that shit.
Yeah.
Every single person I know that have posted it, I've just texted them like, "Hey, did your shit go down?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like,
"Wow,
it's crazy. It's crazy."
Jeez.
And I think I talked about, did I say Jim Gaffigan last podcast?
No.
But he posted Black Lives Matter, and I was like, he is so white, and his following is so white. He's probably at 0 followers now. Not really, but I was proud. Like, it made me happy to see him do it, because I know that's going to take a chunk out of his check.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, but I like that he's speaking up.
Yeah.
That's, I guess.
I mean, someone like him would know better, like, how much money that takes out of his, how much it takes out of his check, sure. But, like, I just as a person from Trump country, like, with a capital T, like, I just can't illustrate enough how, like, literally, and I lived in South Dakota, Nebraska, Montana, literally everyone I know from there is like, this is not okay and Black Lives Matter and fuck all this. So
yeah, I love
just to
that.
put that positivity out in the world too,
I love that, and I don't understand how other people can't see that.
Also, Omaha is a racist as hell place too. It's a really segregated small city. Like, you wouldn't think about it necessarily, but It is.
It's all fucked.
Yeah.
Anyways. What else? Oh,
you know what? It's not all fucked. We've got problems, but we can beat
You're
problems.
right.
We can beat problems.
I'm gonna garden today.
There you go.
I'm gonna garden.
Yeah. Sage the police. That's what I say. Yeah.
Sage the police. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to talking about you. I don't know if I'm supposed to ask this question, but I'm extremely
By all
curious.
means, not going to offend me.
Okay, are you gonna chop it?
You don't actually chop it. You like
Invert it?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me put this down. Like, here's my penis, right? That's what they do. It becomes a vagina.
To pull it in?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, exactly.
My weenie hurts.
Like you're undoing a sock.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same tissue in men and women. It's just, did God make your shit into a slice or a calzone? That's all it is.
Yeah. Calzone it is.
Calzone it is. You have to wait for a long time, though. You have to, like, be on hormones for a long time, and because you can't just go slapping vaginas on people. It's like
I put one on my hand.
Yeah,
if I could.
it's like shifting from first to fifth gear. Like, you gotta.
If they could slap vaginas on people, like all guys would put one on their hand, and then they'd just be at the dinner table, and you just see their hands go under, and just like.
And they all have like top hats and everything.
Boy, fedoras are coming back.
They sure are.
Holy shit, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
So it's you gotta be on drugs for a while. And,
Yeah, you've been on hormones a while, because I noticed your voice changed. No?
Well, that has nothing to do with drugs. That's physical therapy.
Okay.
The thing with, like, if you're going from female to male, they can give you testosterone and your vocal cords are broadened. You can't make them shrink with hormones. Some people get surgery for it, but it's kind of There's like one guy in South Korea who's like the male to female vocal cord dude in the world, but like it's just like I do like 45 minutes of just voice physical therapy every morning, and that's kind of the way to do it in my experience.
Gotcha.
It's all about keeping the voice in like the front of your face rather than the bottom of your throat, you know?
I don't know.
No, you don't know. I don't know why I don't know why, you know what I'm saying?
I couldn't even. I was like, yeah. Oh man, that's so funny.
At least you didn't nod along like, yeah, I feel you.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
My voice cracks. I dip in and out of accents like a son of a bitch. All of a
Yeah.
sudden I'm a Mexican. All of a sudden I'm from Dakota or the Midwest.
Do I sound like I'm from the Midwest? I feel
No, I do. And I'm not. I'm not. It happens all the time. Like on stage, when I get nervous, I'll fucking growl. I get like my lip quivers. I fucking weird, man. People are like, you have an accent? Where you from? I'm like, LA, man. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. You don't ever like I've never watched you do a set and thought like, oh, Craig feels nervous right now. You feel like
Yeah,
terminally chill.
I hide it, but it is home for me.
Yeah.
But I still have nerves. It's
Oh yeah.
I get more nervous if like my peers are in the room.
Oh yeah.
That's when I get fucking nervous, and it's just like, who cares? I mean, we all know you're funny, and you know I'm funny. We've made a name in the fucking Shark Tank. You know, we're not fucking. You know, I hate that I have to clarify everything. We're not Kevin Hart and shit, but you know what I mean. Like, we've gotten work.
Yeah.
In Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's hard to fucking do, man.
Yeah,
It's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't do that if you stink.
Yeah, you just can't.
You can't.
Also, I had this thing going on lately where it's like, I realized I was performing. Every time I got on stage, I was like, I'm going to prove to you that I'm funny. And I'm like, what if I just been like, you know what? Like, what if I just believed I was good at this and acted as if like I didn't need to prove it, rather than like trying so desperately to prove it? I bet this would feel a lot more like fun and free and better, you know? That like I'm gonna show you kind of energy I don't find to be helpful at all.
No, it's not. I think I'm I for sure have done that, but I think I'm good for the most part.
Yeah.
I just get like a kid, man. I'm like, oh yeah, I love this shit, and I just love it. I can't stop smiling up there.
That's great.
It's just fucking. Oh, I miss it. I try to just not think about it or talk about it because it's like we go from doing it every night of our life or 5 nights a week to fucking 0 times.
I feel like I needed the break though. Because like you said, we've been doing it 5 nights a week at a minimum for how many years? Like, what's 3 months in the long run anyway?
I'm scared.
You know what I do? I gotta say, like, I miss just going up there and just wilding out at 1 a.m, just saying whatever dumb shit I want to say. There's so few contexts for it.
Yeah,
Can't do that during the day on Instagram Live.
No, they will cancel you.
Yeah.
They will stop your Instagram.
Well, also, it's just like I feel like comedy's kind of meant to be ephemeral, Like, no one says you had to be there about any other kind of art, really.
Yeah.
Like, they say you had to be there for funny stuff. So I think it is kind of, maybe it is kind of fundamentally lightning in a bottle,
It really is, though, because you do have to be there. And how many times, I mean, of course there's good specials, but, like, you see it on the TV and you're like, nah, like, you don't understand. In the room, it's magic. It was like there was an energy. You can't get that through a camera.
No.
And you had to be there, man.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's the shit.
Yeah. It's a good time. I know Adam Egget said July, maybe, but, who the hell knows anymore?
I know. Fuck.
Someone asked me the other day, like, well, how would you feel if the Comedy Store got looted or smashed up? And I've been like, they're one talent coordinator too late. That's how I would feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it already was smashed. It's called Tommy.
Yeah, exactly. Sam Kinison was shooting guns off there while we were all filling our damn diapers.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store isn't afraid of this shit.
There's a bullet hole in the sign.
Yeah.
Also, 2 comics
There
would
is.
arm up and go defend it.
Also, there have been shootings there.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Also, a guy was murdered on the patio.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. He died in Joss' arm.
Oh, God.
He was holding him. I know. What a terrible way to go out, man. That's fucked out. I like Josh.
I was sitting here wondering, like, am I going to say it or are you?
Maybe we'll bleep out his last name.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
I wish
really
you
funny.
said that, not me.
Yeah, well. I just breathed so much easier when you said it. Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's great. Eric Myers was on stage in the original room.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a Tuesday night. It was roast battle night, and it was
God.
cracking. Guy
I
pulled
bet.
up, shot a dude, and pulled out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did they ever say what the deal was behind that? Like, it had to have been.
Oh, it was a hit. It was. I don't know what related, gang related, drug related, but that was a hit. He went there to get that guy. He got that guy.
Yeah.
And that happened.
God. And then they really beefed up the security after that. They got all the cameras.
Before that, it was just door guys.
That's insane.
I've said this before, but who's Ari Manis going to kick out?
Exactly. Jeffrey Berner is our thin blue line around here.
He actually wrestles. That's a tough. It's.
Of course wrestlers are fucking weird. They're the weirdest sportsmen in the world. They're all nerds. Like, they all love Monty Python to a weird degree. They're all kind of violent.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeffrey is probably the smallest of the door guys, but he probably could fuck up almost all of the door guys. He gets down.
wrestlers always own swords. Like, they're that kind of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, thank God they got security.
Yeah.
It's like the comics. Yeah. A 150-pound guy should not be kicking out a 250-pound guy. It doesn't
No.
work, guys.
I mean,
Well, anyways, they fixed it. They got security.
Unless you're Feng Chao. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he can do the work of 2 giant men.
Yeah, he just had that energy.
Yeah.
God, he was funny. Or is funny. He
Yeah.
got... I don't know if I should talk about this, but...
I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's all well and good now.
It is?
Yeah.
Is he back working there?
Well, I mean, I think he was at least on track to be when they were open. I mean, he was definitely, like,
Oh,
around.
okay. He beat up this one guy, but, like, the guy, if you knew he beat up, you're like, I agree with you, Feng Chao.
Well, here's the
That
thing.
guy had it coming. He's really annoying.
I don't know. Here's my take on that whole situation. Look, did the guy deserve to get hit for what he said? Maybe not, but if you know Feng Chao for 5 seconds, you don't say that kind of shit to Feng Chao. Like,
And the guy who said it, you're just like, you're not a guy that could get away with that. You know what I mean? There's no charm and charisma there. You can't, And the Feng Chao is like, yeah, maybe wait till you're off the clock to beat him up and hit him, and not in the kitchen in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe take a break.
Yeah, that's a comedy store. You punch people off the clock. Okay?
Yeah.
We got rules around here.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, that same guy, I'm not going to say his name, like, apparently he's not great at social cues. Because, like, he and the other tour guys were doing this game where they, the bucket seats in the OR, they would do this thing where they would sit by each other and they would, like, rub each other's leg as, like they were on a date or something, like, as a joke, Motherfucker comes up and just does it to me one day, and I stand up and go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and he's, I thought, like, I'm not aware of the rules of your joke.
You're like, I'm not a door.
Yeah, good Lord.
Guy. I said guy. You hear me stop. I was like, I'm bad.
Yeah,
Thank you.
shit happens.
I
forget myself. I peed standing up on a hike the other day. Like, it's gonna take a minute. Like, I'm not gonna look. I'm out in the woods. I'm on the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm not just gonna squat like an idiot for no reason. Like,
I don't know if I should name them, but
don't. We got nothing to gain.
anyways, I knew someone transitioning from woman to guy, and I knew them for years as a woman.
Yeah.
I'm not, I have a good heart, but it was hard for me to remember,
Yeah.
And then finally they went, you know what? Just call me Poo Poo Boy now. And I was like, I will never forget that. So now it's just so funny. I'm like, hey, Poo Poo Boy. And it's just hugs and smiles, and it's
God.
fuck, man.
Was she Jamaican or?
No.
Excuse me. Poo Poo Boy.
But I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's never malicious. It's
Shit
just
happens.
like, fuck.
Shit happens.
I called the Pacific Ocean the Pacific Ocean. It's not intentional.
Well, it's a very specific ocean. There's 7 of them. I won't get mixed up. Yeah. The Indian Ocean, that one's vague.
Yeah.
It blends into the other two around it. Yeah.
It's so funny. What else? I think we're about... Oh, yeah, we've been rolling an hour.
Oh, jeez.
I got to get to the nitty-gritty, man.
Okay,
so it's all right if you... But on my podcast, we have a nice, good old poop in the pants theme.
Oh, goodness.
So do you got any good stories of where you shit the bed or shit your pants on like something real bad, your worst one on a date, on a job interview, you squirted, or just something real good?
When I was in, I'm going to say 4th grade. Living as a boy, obviously. So, whatever. I'll tell gross boy tales. This is one of the greatest things about being trans, because you can be like, hey, that other guy did all this fucked up shit.
I don't know that guy.
I don't want to associate with him anymore.
This is my past life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm reincarnated, bitch.
There was... Okay, eastern South Dakota is right by Minnesota, so there's like a million like little lakes all over the place. So everyone has like water ski boats and that kind of thing. I was water skiing on my friend's boat, and I had really bad stomach problems when I was a kid. And I was gonna diarrhea one time when I was water skiing. And I literally felt it coming on, so I literally, I faked like I tried to do a trick and fell. And then I just, went in the water, and it's... And then they toss the rope to you. They're like, "Are you ready to keep going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And they just took off.
Nice.
Yeah, so
that happened. That's a good place for a bad thing to happen.
Look, we all got to do our part to contribute to the algae and the healthy biosphere of our wetlands.
Oh man, that's a good one. Thank you.
No,
thank you. Some people don't give me the poopy stories. I'm like, oh, come on, you don't got one. You never shit while you're water skiing? Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that about sums it up. Anything else you want to plug? Or?
Yeah, I have my own podcast. It's called Fifi Quest. It's mostly about documenting my transition, but I just hook it up every week and I just wild out on my podcast. It's FIFIQUEST. I'm on YouTube and all the podcast places, Apple, Spotify. Check it out. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, very funny comic. Check it out. I gotta thank the sponsors. Thank you, El Sativo Tequila. I'm 6 years sober. I'm sponsored by tequila. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sticker Supreme, for all the loosey goosey stickers, and yeah, thank you. Am I forgetting anything? Thank you, my Patreon persons. Please like and subscribe. Fifi Dosch, check them out. Oh fuck, check her out. You know.
Shit happens.
That was the only time I did it, right?
You came off the springboard, but you stuck the landing.
Fuck. Anyways, I love you all. I hope you're well in this crazy fucking time. And yeah, peace and love, baby.
Bye.